So you guys have two different systems that you guys rate. One is called Earth Advantage, and then the other one is the Energy Performance Score. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
Sure. I think it's very important to differentiate between a certification, which is Energy Star, our Earth Advantage certification, LEED, Passive House. What those are programs that take you to a threshold of performance. And the analogy is compare it to a brand of an automobile, a Chevrolet or a Toyota. You can then couple that certification or brand with a performance metric for that home. So you may have two LEED homes side by side, but the performance metric in terms of energy might be radically different between the two homes. The only way for a consumer to tell is to have a performance metric such as the Energy Performance Score. And so you can overlay a performance metric on top of a certification. They live together, they work together in the same way you have a Toyota with an MPG rating and a Chevrolet with an MPG rating.
And so your Energy Performance Score, I just want to make sure people really understand this, is that you are not grading it upon a standard of the same type of building. It's a rating that all buildings are rated within the same criteria.
Correct. What the algorithm that is used to generate the EPS score takes the building characteristics as designed. It does not account for consumer behavior. We're not trying to model consumer behavior when we issue a rating. We're just saying the building characteristics as it's designed will give you an energy performance score of X. And what we're basically saying is this building will consume so much energy per year. And the energy is made up on the electricity side, natural gas, combustibles, and so on. And then what we're saying is that the associated carbon emissions that accompany the consumption of that energy per year are X. And so you have a very clean picture of what that home is consuming. You can then compare it to another home.
And just to kind of be clear about this is that currently, for instance, EUI is BTUs per square foot per year, or other ratings are based on kilowatts per square foot or something like that. And so we're talking about that from the perspective of like existing homes today, new homes today are bigger than they used to be, and they use less energy per square foot.
Correct.
But what you're explain what's behind that? In terms of that, there's more square footage being built,
right.
So overall there's more energy being used.
My point is that one can be lulled into complacency that the energy per square foot is perhaps reducing, but the truth of it is the home size is increasing over time since 1950. And so your overall aggregate energy consumption as a whole for the built environment is increasing. Now, if our goal is to reduce our energy footprint, then we cannot kid ourselves that we are doing fine on energy per square foot. We actually have to reduce the energy consumption for that sector. The only way we're going to be able to do that is if we can measure it. The only way we can measure it is if we measure absolute energy consumption. That's what the Energy Performance Score does. It strips away the masking of the house size and says house A consumes this and house B consumes that.
And